Hey everybody, Meriden Gaming here, and on today's Monday Spotlight, we're going to be taking a look at the city/civilization building game Dawn of Man. There's also a space version of this game, although I don't remember the name of the game at the moment. But it's very similar in style and gameplay, but instead of being on Earth, you're on a separate planet, doing or managing a space colony. Anyway, let's get into the game. So you have some free play options, some challenges, and then you can download Community if you go to the Steam Workshop, if you do have the Steam version of this game. So you can create custom scenarios if you would like. But yeah, we're just going to do the standard, and then you can kind of pick where you want to start at. If you do like this, and this is a real-time based game versus a turn-based like some of the other games we've been playing. But I believe I'm going to start here on the Lake Valley. And you can choose either settled or you can do nomad where you start with more resources. We'll do settled. Normal game mode, whereas you could do hardcore, but you have other tribes that progress and can attack you and whatnot. More raiders and animals are a whole lot more aggressive. Even the herbivores will attack you in that game mode. So we're just going to do the default, and we'll just keep the default name. Alright, let's get started. So this is very similar to a lot of the other city building games, so they're kind of like the mobile games and whatnot, except this is a single player kind of campaign style. You will be gathering resources with your whatever you call them, people, and then progressing them through the ages. As you gain new knowledge, you can unlock new types of weapons, new buildings, and whatnot. And then you can eventually move yourself into like a more medieval age, where you have stone walls and everything. So here we go. So here's the basic game. As you can see, you can move around by using either the mouse or the keys. We've got a few different things to work with. So the first thing you're always going to want to do in this game is create work areas. Now you can select a specific place, like over here we can do fishing. You would select where you want to fish and hit the fish button, but I prefer to do the work areas because they will continue to fish in that area until the resources are used up, and I'm going to try to get it to where I can get 3 different areas so they kind of rotate around. And then once you have this selected, you can tell it how many people you want to work that area. So I'm going to put 2 because that's going to be our basic food for right now. And then you also want to look around to see if you have any predators. Last time I did a game, a group of lions spawned right here, which it doesn't look like we've got that. We've got a bull, but that's not nearly as bad. Because the problem is, this was our major portion of sticks. But it seems like the resources do spawn kind of randomly, so they're not always in the same spot, and then of course the animals are not in the same spot. So the second workplace we want to do is we want to do gather sticks, which we're going to put them right here, so that they will come and gather us sticks, because you need a lot of sticks to build all your buildings. And then we also want to obtain flint. Let's see, there's a spot of flint. I was hoping there'd be somewhere that has multiple spots, although it does not look like it. Okay, so we'll just do the same area over here where the kind of the food is. And then you can also do collect wild plants. Let's see, where do we have any? I try to find a spot that's got quite a few wild plants. There's quite a few little things right here. The wild plants, of course, are going to be your mainstay during the summer months, because this does go through the seasons. And then as fun part is finding the things. Okay, so we're going to up this, and then you can also control what type of things they try to collect. Fun part is, where is my other? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so nope. Trying to grab. There we go. Oh, except that's not... That's going to be the problem, is trying to hit these things here. Yeah. There we go. I got that one. And I always put at least a couple on each of the things. Oh, I guess that's what I was looking for, is that one. A couple people on each of these. But as you can see, we also have the knowledge tab, and this is as they discover new items and new species and whatnot, you will get knowledge points, and then you can use those knowledge points to learn new things. Because see, look, you go from the Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. So Iron Age, I guess, is the top level that you can get to in this game. Alright, so next we're going to want to build a few things. You have your standard little huts, which they kind of use those as storage for a while. And then you also have, well, actually we started off with the crafters. That was what I was about to build, but we already have that. So, okay. So we want to build a few spears so we can use those for, actually we only have 2 of those. Because we want those for hunting animals, because you will have to hunt animals. And then we can also use fishing spears as well. Now the other option you have, instead of just clicking to tell them exactly how many you want, you can also right click on them. And that will turn on, if you see this little thing that goes around it, that will turn on continuous production until you hit the limit, because there is a limit of each one of these that you can have. And then of course you can also level these up to have better and better versions of them. Alright, so we're going to have our crafter start building those. Let's see what other buildings we have. Storage. We will need, well, actually, yeah, let's do a storage building. We have wood pile and rock pile. You automatically start off with one of, oh, I thought you started off with one of each of those. Apparently we only have the wood pile. Okay, so we definitely want a rock pile. Well, if I click the right thing, storage, rock pile. And you can rotate those by using the Z and C keys, but we're just going to keep them kind of here in the center. Alright. And a storage tent. We will need a storage tent once we start trying our animal skins and meat and whatnot. So let's rotate this around to where it faces towards the center. There we go. Oh, nope, I don't need another storage tent. We got a wood pile, we got a rock pile. And of course there is a maximum number that can store here. And I can't remember how to tell what the maximum is. Okay, well anyway, there's maximum. You can look up in the helps thing. Okay, so next thing we want to do, since we got storage, we could do residences, but you have to have some basic needs met before you can do that. And you can also prioritize, if you actually select a worker, you can tell them exactly what you want them to do. Oh, no, not work area. Production. So we have a hearth, which they can cook and make bread and socialize around. We already have a crafter, a skins dryer. So we need that so we can start making skins, and we actually want to have a couple of those. And those are what we can make leather armor and multiple different other things to build other structures you are going to be needing dried skins. So hopefully once we have enough, and then we can also, you have this option called Primal Vision, which will turn, if we turn it on, you can see that we have the ability to hunt animals. So if I select the animal, I hit hunt. You have 2 ways of doing it. You can either select the animal and hit hunt, or you can also select multiple people and tell them to hunt it. But since that one was close, we were able to take it out really quickly. And look, here's a knowledge point. So we've got one knowledge point, and the next thing we want to go for is probably the food drying knowledge. So we have to get at least 5 knowledge points in order to unlock that. But yeah, this is just one of those kind of basic city building. And if we'd done Nomad, we wouldn't necessarily have had to start here. It is a good starting point because it's cleared and whatnot, but you can clear out the oaks and whatnot once you have the right tools. So some of the other areas, if you tried to wander around and find a good spot, might take you a while in order to clear them, because like, you know, this area is kind of hilly and whatnot. But yeah. And that is the kind of the basics of the game. Of course, you can go quite far into the game, and like I said, the hardcore mode is truly a much more hardcore mode, because you will have people start, raiding your city, trying to take stuff out, and that's when you want to start building walls, and you want to have dedicated people for defense. But yeah. And food will spoil, and then of course when you go through the winter months, that's why we want to get to that drying meat technology, because that is what will last you through the winter. As you can see right now, they're using their little huts as storage, but we want to build that storage hut. And of course you have different outfits that they can make. Like right now we have some vegetables, we have some raw fish, and we have some raw meat. So we've run out of storage slots for the meat, probably is what's happened. Yeah, see, some foods decay very quickly, like the raw things. Some foods last a bit longer. Cured meat, try to eat the food that's going to decay sooner in order to preserve more durable food for later. So your settlers, or whatever you want to call them, do try to auto try to automatically prioritize which foods and which jobs are needed the most. Oh, and we have the ability to speed up time. So as you can see, it's progressing at basically 1 speed, or standard game speed. You can either click the game speed or you can click the number button. So if we go by 8, that will have them. Yes. It will have them come through faster. So right now we're probably good on meat, so let's pop this down to 1. So a skin jar is complete. So, and this will automatically dry skins for us. Oh, and now we have knowledge of flint. Okay, so this work area is exhausted. So now we have to go try to find another area for flint. I think there was another one up here. Yes, right here. Wait, is there more? Oh, there's quite a bit of flint up here. So yeah, here's where we want to go for flint. So yeah, that's the problem, is we're waiting on the dried skins for this. Oh, and look, now we've got enough knowledge points. Here we go. So now we want to unlock food drying. And of course that uses up the amount of knowledge points you have. So for those further down the chain, you do have to save up points if you want to go further, but you also have to progress from here into the next era, so you will have to unlock a few of these before you can go forward. Oh, yep, and now they're starting to build it. So we should have had Okay, and now we also want to, oh, no, not work area. We want to build production food dryer. So we're going to pop that right here. Hunting and gathering knowledge. So now this should be finished. Yes, and now they have more storage slots. So there's a maximum amount of one time because it kind of stacks in an area. And look, now they've started drying fish. So that will last us through the winter. And then based on the percentage, and see, look, now we've got balanced workload balance. So the more people you have, the more workload you have. Right now it's summer, it's progressing to fall. And then now that we have kind of some of their needs met, now we can actually build another residence. And see, these, depending on how you, how far you've progressed, you get better and better versions. Let's go with another tent, and let me turn it. We're just going to place it here behind the other tents. Of course, you want to try to keep it somewhat compact in the beginning because it's easier to defend than if you spread out. But I haven't really been raided yet in normal mode. We probably do want to hunt another animal, so let us go into Primal Vision mode. The Primal Vision actually pauses the game for you, so you can take time to hunt. And then you can also get to the point where you can domesticate animals too. So you can keep farm animals and whatnot. I haven't gotten that far in this game yet, but I am really enjoying this one. Alright, and then I gotta turn that off. They're going to go hunt. Oh, and there goes our first dried fish. Oh, and we have some cured meat too. So now we're hunting a boar, so now we got more knowledge, so now we're up to 4 points. Did you get it? The problem is you don't really want to hunt anything that's too large, like the bulls and the woolly rhinos and stuff like that first, because those will injure and kill your people. And then look, we've also got some caribou, which will migrate. So yeah. Oh yeah, he did get it. Okay, cool. And of course, if there are 3 people, they'll go out there and gather stuff too. And of course, you can also select your people and see how their needs are being met. This one's just a little bit hungry. Of course, he will go eat, and that will be good. We're currently at 7. We've got space for 2 more. And basically, whenever I get to like within 1 population of being maxed, then I always build another thing. Oh, yeah, and that explains knowledge. But anyway, like I said, this is a fun little game. There is that space version of the game too, made by the same manufacturer. Oh look, we have a trader. So you can trade different things for whatever you need. So depending on what you wanted, like bones or leather that's already made, sling making. So you can make slings. Logs, flint. So it's just a basic thing where you can trade depending on the value of what you have. But right now, I don't really need to trade anything. But yeah, like I said, yeah, there's the 2 different versions of the game. I think there's a DLC for this one as well. And you can always download those other, whatever you call it, scenarios as well. But I do like the graphics. The graphics are pretty good for the type of game it is, with the whole top-down. The trees can get kind of annoying, so I do end up using the Primal Vision quite a lot, trying to find the resources. So that's a nice little trick, because it will even show you like the copper veins and the iron veins and whatnot. So yeah, but yeah, that is the game. And of course, look, you've got, like on this one, you can fish all the way around because you will eventually exhaust a certain area if you overfish it or whatever, and you have to move it around. But then the further you get away from your uh, town, the more likely you are to be attacked. So anyway, this is Meriden Gaming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the Paleozoic era.